Hello everybody, welcome back to another trip report. Today I'm here at Coffs Harbour, regional airport in New South Wales, and today I'll be flying QantasLink from here in Coffs Harbour down to my home city of Melbourne. As you can see up there, there's virtually no one here, and the only the last Qantas flight for the day is ours, but we're about 2.5 hours early, so yeah, I don't believe check-in will open just yet. In fact, I believe check-in opens just half an hour 60 minutes prior to departure. As you can see here, unfortunately, the regional Qantas lounge is actually closed, which is due to there not being a flight for a while. In fact, I believe it probably opens 60 minutes prior to departure, just like check-in.
Face masks is now mandatory at all New South Wales airports. Thank you for your cooperation.
So just so you all know, check-in opens around 90 minutes prior to departure. Okay, so in case you guys totally don't get what's going on, which is probably fair, basically we're here too early, we're about half an hour early, so we just had to go through security with all our bags, and we'll just have to go back to check in again once check-in opens, and then go through security again. So it's a bit annoying, but it's normally something like that in regional airports. Also here at Coffs Harbour Airport, it's a nice departure lounge, a bit stuffy but not too bad. And over here at the Biggles Cafe Lounge, you have a beautiful selection of chips and snacks and lollies and heaps of things like that, even a few souvenirs, as well as like homemade sandwiches and all that sort of stuff as well. But yeah, that's actually about it for this airport, so it's really not much here at all. So now, 90 minutes prior to departure, just went through security again after checking in for my flight. So as you can see, I have my boarding pass now, checked my bags in, and all good. Also, the check-in staff were extremely friendly and happy to help. Security staff, I wouldn't say they were friendly, but they also weren't rude or anything. Also, I forgot to mention that I went to the Biggles Cafe and got a cookie, as well as some rice crackers for a snack. Don't know if I'll eat them now though. And also a chai latte, and it was quite tasty. So, yeah. As you guys can see here, just arriving in is our plane for today. This is VH-NXE, which is what I believe to be a 1999 Boeing 717-200, which was delivered originally to Impulse Airlines in Australia before they went bankrupt. Then it was given to, or at least to, a handful of other airlines before coming to QantasLink in, I believe, around 2008, and it had a short 6 months or so with Jetstar as well. Also, something to note, this plane had an accident when landing in Darwin. It accidentally landed, I believe, too fast because it was too high, and sustained decent damage to the aircraft, which is why you can probably see that the back part of its right engine is grey, but the left engine is actually all white, which is not normal. I believe so anyway. But yeah.
Drop for this flight will close in the next 4 minutes. If you are yet to check in or drop a bag for this flight, please proceed to the check-in counters immediately.
Platinum, Gold, One World, Emerald, Sapphire and Connect customers to board now using the left-hand lane. General boarding will begin shortly.
As you heard, boarding has now commenced. Also, one thing to note is that they called for priority check-in first, and then about 7 seconds later they called for rows 10 to 23, and then another 5 seconds later they called for everyone to board. So not really much point being priority here, to be honest.
Hello everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Beautiful, thank you so much. Hello.
So the Qantas Boeing 717-200 has 12 seats, I believe, in a 2-2 configuration, in business class that is. And then economy has, I'm not actually too sure how many seats, but it's in a 2-3 layout, or 3-2. My seat for today is 18A on the right side of the aircraft, which has a very nice view of the wing.
With you as you disembark the aircraft. And as always, smoking and the use of e-cigarettes is not permitted. Keeping you safe is important to us. Please help us to create a safe, respectful and positive environment for everyone on board by respecting each other and our crew. Once again, welcome on board. We look forward to flying with you to Melbourne today.
So now let's go through the seat features of the Qantas Boeing 717-200. Also, I forgot to note that at the back there is the engine. Probably won't get much of a view of it, sadly, but in a future trip report we might, so yeah. Anyways, the legroom on this plane is standard, however it is better than the Qantas 737. I reckon it's about 30 inches, 79 centimetres. And then in the seat back pocket here you have decent sized fewer personal items. Then back here you have the safety card, as well as the Qantas magazine, and at the back there a few sick bags. You have the tray table, which you can pull out and push back in, very decent size and clean. You have a tablet holder and a little bit of recline, which is nice. And then finally you have headrests, which are very nicely adjustable and quite comfy. All in all, for a small plane like this, really good seat. Also, this plane is entertainment equipped via the Qantas entertainment app, but does not have Wi-Fi.
Required to wear a face mask on this flight. The mask must cover your nose, mouth and
Also, something very special about the 717 is that the engines are a lot louder and at the back of the plane. In fact, maybe they're not louder, but you can hear them more because they're at the back of the plane. I don't mind the noise, but for people who get irritated by noise or don't like it, probably try to get on a 737, but I think this plane is still pretty equal to the Q400, maybe better. Also, there are a few of these planes left in the world. Qantas are one of the biggest operators, along with Hawaiian Airlines and Delta.
And tighten by pulling the strap. Undo your seatbelt by lifting the flap. You must have your seatbelt done up, low and tight, or put your hands on your knees. If you can't reach the seat in front, put your head on your knees, or lean as far forward as you can, and hold onto your lower legs. Keep your feet firmly on the floor. This aircraft has 7 emergency exits, 2 at the front of the cabin, 4 over the wings, and 1 at the rear of the aircraft. Be aware that your nearest onto the aircraft behind. A loss of oxygen at altitude may lead to a loss of consciousness. If emergency oxygen is required, a mask will drop from above you. Pull down on it firmly to activate the flow of oxygen. Put it on quickly and tighten the strap. Oxygen will flow without the bag inflating. Once you're breathing normally, it is okay to help others. Make sure you're
Flaps are now down, we should be ready to turn around. Yep, as we're at a small airport, we do not use pushback trucks. after a few minute taxi, we're now at the other end of the runway, turning around for what should be an amazing takeoff. Some spectacular views of the New South Wales coastline on takeoff. Now up at our cruising altitude of 36,000 feet, getting some beautiful views of this beautiful plane. Also, I did want to note that there actually is no entertainment. It does say on the Qantas app, download the entertainment app or something like that, but it turns out there is none on board. However, the cabin crew are now coming around and giving them complimentary refreshment service. Okay, so after a very lovely chat with a cabin crew, now time to show you guys my snack. So I have tomato salsa with corn chips and pretzels, as well as a couple of almonds. Very generous on the drinks, super friendly. We have the some water, a nice hot tea, and some mineral water. Very, as I said, cabin crew extremely nice, and I actually believe that one of the cabin crew at the front actually watches my videos, so really appreciate that. Probably the nicest cabin crew I've ever had. One of them anyway. Okay, so after a little bit of turbulence, nothing too serious though, just a little bit annoying, but only lasted about 10 seconds. We have now commenced our descent into Melbourne Tullamarine International Airport. And yeah, we should be arriving probably, I'd say 15 minutes early, which is great. Just before I go to the lavatory, which is there's one at the rear of the plane, I'm just going to have a look at the view of the engine back here in row 21. This is seat 21F, and I'm going to have a look at 20F, as hopefully on a future 717 flight I will get a view like this, because that's just amazing. Should be landing in around 30 to 40 minutes, I think. Also, the cabin crew just came around to collect any more rubbish that we had, which is much appreciated, because they've now come around, I think 2 or 3 times to do that. Now just travelling through the clouds, the seatbelt sign has been turned on, as you can maybe tell. Just getting some minor turbulence. However, the 717 handles this turbulence not too bad. Probably as good as the 737, I'd say. Now just starting our approach into Melbourne. Got a little bit of turbulence, but nothing serious. It's always nice hearing the sound of the engine on the 717 on arrival because it goes up and down a lot. Welcome to Melbourne. Also, pretty cool to see a lot more international planes around now. In fact, I can see in the background there what I believe to be a China Southern Airbus A350, which is cool.
QantasLink would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land. The local time is 4:45 p.m.
Hi, thank you so much. See ya. Thank you so much. Bye. Well, after the security people checking my border declaration, that does conclude this trip report of QF 1573 from Coffs Harbour to Melbourne. Definitely, that was probably one of the best Qantas flights I've been on in quite a long time. One of the best flights in general I've been on for a while anyway. So, despite the fact that normally that flight would be around, including baggage, it would be about $60 more than Virgin. But with Qantas you get frequent flyer points. I mean, I know you do with Virgin too, but I think Qantas is a bit better. So you get frequent flyer points, you get food, and a few other little perks, and plus the plane and the crew were extremely friendly on that flight. So yeah, highly recommend that. So thank you all for watching this video. A like and subscription if you enjoyed it would be much appreciated. However, it's obviously optional. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to go collect my bags, and I'll see you in my next video.